Welcome to another edition of Life on Board Amy Joe, and this time we're on the move. Our 48 hours is now up in Chester. Gary's getting the boat ready, he's just walked Chippendale, and we're ready to make a move. It's been that very fine drizzly rain this morning, so we're hoping that that will hold off. It's currently dry at the moment, and I'm now filming on a new camera and my new mobile phone and that microphone that I promised I'd try and sort the audio out. So we're hoping that this is going to work. Ian is going to be helping us again today through the locks, and so we should make good time through there. And Smudge is ready up there. The canopy's up. Not quite sure what we're going to do with that yet. We might take it down, but the sky says no, but we'll see. Anyway, hope you enjoy the cruise, and we'll talk to you later. And underway under our first bridge of the day. And one of the van drivers giving us a quick toot there. Just coming down towards the Mill Hotel that we saw on the way in. I think the clock on that tower is a little bit out. It's actually 9 o'clock we're setting off, and Smudge is in his usual place underneath the main road, Ring Road, and Gary's following us down at the back there. So hopefully we're dry at the moment, so let's hope things stay well. Coming past the restaurant boat from the Mill Hotel. I don't know when that will start working again, probably be a while just yet, but just look out for the flag post on the forward rudder on this one. I mentioned it in the last vlog. There it is, that tiny little yellow flag on a black pole, and if I pan down you can actually see the forward rudder. So I've actually seen this thing almost go sideways and back through the willow tree. I don't think it's going to be long before CNRT are going to have to do some lopping on this tree. As you can see, trying to see through is quite difficult. But watch out for Smudge to make a grab. There he goes. Got soaked then. Excuse his rear end. And we're through. In the distance is the old water tower and the steam mill there, and the lock right up the far end. New building there being worked on. Workmen don't like getting wet these days, so they're all undercover. Keeps the wind off them, keeps everything dry. And more apartments, this time on the other side of the canal opposite the warehouses that we saw coming in. These have been up a few years now, and as you can see, still more development going on behind this one. There's going to be a city of apartments before long, but it does look nice, I'll give you that. Much better than it used to. We've arrived at the first lock. I've just tied up alongside, and as I was tying up, Ian has arrived and he's going to start preparing the lock for us. So Gary's now, we were going to raft the two boats up, but Gary's backing off. He's going to more chug a bug up along behind me, and then when Gary's got the locks ready we can go. Happy days. The rain has eased a little bit now, I can actually start filming again, and we're in our first lock of the day, Hall Lane Lock, which is the one just below my lovely water tower that I do like. Love the architecture on that, as I said in the last video. So you can see it from a different angle this time, and bless him, poor old Ian has stood out in the pouring rain filling the lock for us. So he's going to get a tot of whiskey or rum when we're finished to warm him up, I think.
He's not getting mine.
He's not getting Gary's.
Not getting mine.
Second lock of the day. This is Chemistry Lock, my favourite lock, where I got inaugurated as a boater when I fell in, although admittedly I was on the other side of the top gates. So always got my heart in my mouth when I'm in this lock, but hey ho. Gary's just grabbing a cuppa while we wait.
No brandy in it, unfortunately.
I bet he's wishing there was.
might be before the end of the trip.
Yeah. Now in Greenfield Lock, it's our third lock of the day. There's a little roundhouse there. We think that was a workshop for the waterways personnel to do repairs on the boats. And Gary's just bringing chugs in now. Fortunately, the first lock that we came to, we've had a boat come down, and the locks should now all be in our favour.
Pizza.
It's Gary.
He's ordered a pizza. People are rubbing it in about this pizza. Baked on board.
Yeah, excellent.
I hope they watch this. I might get a free pizza.
Next lock, last but one lock today. This one is Greenfield Lock. I was calling the last one Greenfield Lock for some reason, but this is actually Greenfield Lock. There's Ian doing a cracking job as usual. He's worked hard again today. I'm definitely going to give him a drink when we're through. Tiverton lock done. Now for the final lock of the day, Thistleton Lock. Get through there and then it's a plain sail down to the marina, where we'll have a pump out, top up with diesel and water, and then we're set for the next few weeks. Not quite sure where we're going to moor up after the marina. Might be Shady Oak if we can get in, but we'll see. Got a feeling it's going to be a little bit busy down there this weekend with the pub opening up on Saturday. So moorings might be at a premium down there. Sorry, dog's just caught my lead. But we'll see how we go. But for now, we'll just enjoy the cruise. Before we got to the lock, while we were coming up the last lock, we could see a couple of guys with yellow high-vis jackets on. Couldn't work out what they were up to, and as we approached the lock, they've opened the lock gates and walked off. Now we can only assume that the right-hand gate at the moment is not fully open, so we're wondering whether they were looking at the gates and trying to sort out why the gates weren't opening. But Ian's tried himself, he's put his full weight on the gate and it hasn't opened, so we're hoping that we can get Chugs and myself in. I'm going to pull in on the right hand side and Gary's going to come in on the left. And even the left hand gate doesn't look fully open, so this could be a bit of a squeeze. say it was going to be a bit of a squeeze. Our old Gary's hit the other gate, and it's literally just a boat's width. You heard the little tap there from Chugs as she came in. There's absolutely nothing Gary could do about that. We're just literally sliding in alongside each other. So
Tight in its thing.
really tight. Just about to pass under the A55. I think it is. Very good spot for boaters to paint their boats under here. You can tie up on those wooden beams and stay dry while you're painting your boat. I may even bring Amy Jo up here one day to do that. We'll see. For regular followers, if you watched the vlog where we were coming up towards Chester, I mentioned about this boat with its symbols on the side. We've had a few comments back, and the general consensus is it stands for Water Dragon. So that's Water Dragon. There's the Cheshire Cat again. Looks like the gardeners are out doing some work, getting it ready to reopen. Making the place look all smart and tidy. And might consider coming back here actually after we've dieselled up. There's a few mooring spaces still available, so I'll see how it goes. Crocodiles in these here parts. Definitely much better now. The weather's clearing up a little bit. There's even a tad of blue sky up there, as my mother would say. Not enough to make a pair of trousers yet, so anything can still change. But the plantation over there is growing. It looks like it might be sweet corn actually, not sure. this is the first swan we've seen since we've left Chester. He's obviously taking it easy with one leg hooked up on the back. Hope that's not an injury or it's damaged. But he seems okay. He's not, doesn't look very stressed. He's coming into the Golden Muck moorings now. This is the start of them. About 3/4 of an hour on tick over before we reach the other end. But that's what we have to do every time we come through here. May even be doing it again this afternoon if we come back to the Cheshire Cap. We'll see. It's about the only wide beam I've ever seen on this stretch of the canal. Although it is a wide canal and it can handle boats like this, this is the only one I've seen on the canal so far in all the years I've been here. And this one tends to be static. It's a residential mooring here, so he doesn't move that far. Smudge has finally given up on his lookout. He's just laid back and chilled now. Takes him a little while to settle once we get underway, but once he does, he's as calm as a pussycat now. Sleeping in the warmth of the sun that is coming through occasionally. It's a dog's life, isn't it? Obviously a house for little people, that one. I wonder where the owners of this boat is. It doesn't look good at all, does it? It's leading over at quite a steep angle. It's such a shame. Hate to see boats like this. Years ago this would have been someone's pride and joy. I wouldn't mind betting it's only the mooring lines that are keeping it afloat at the moment. Such a shame. Just cleared the Golden Muck moorings now. And we can get back up to normal cruising speed. Just been in touch with the marina and they've said it's okay for us to go in for a pump out and some diesel, and the weather's settling, so it's a rather nice day for cruising. I think the plan now is to go down to the Shady Oak pub and see if we can find a mooring down there. Now we know it's going to get busy over the weekend because it's their first day open on the 4th of July like all the other pubs. But we'll see if we can get a mooring, and we'll maybe go in and celebrate their reopening perhaps during the week, because it's going to be busy over the weekend I suspect. But instead, let's just enjoy the cruise for now. It's a well-known landmark that Chris and I always look for when we come back after cruising, especially on our long summer cruises. That's the aerial mast. I believe the EE have a radio transmitter from there, or a receiver, and you can see this for miles. You can see it from Beeston, and you can once we see that, we know we're near in the marina. It's like a beacon to show us the way home almost. Well, we're just approaching the marina now. You see the blue sign in the distance, and Smudge already recognises where we are. Look, he's up and he's getting anxious because he knows where he is. His best friend lives in there, Albert the Dalmatian. He grew up with Albert in the marina when he was a puppy, did Smudge. and as soon as he sees that blue sign with the white circle, he starts going. So I'm going to put the camera down now because I've got a tight manoeuvre to get in, and we'll film when we come back out. That's it, we've pumped out, we've filled up with diesel, we've filled up with water, and Smudge has been to do his little necessaries that he needs to do. So now we're on our way back down the Stroppy, heading towards the Shady Oak. So weather's set fair at the moment, it's a lovely day for cruising, so we're just going to keep going. If we can't get moored up at the Shady, we'll find somewhere. Looks like there's room in front of Gary.
Yeah, I'm on rings, I am, Steve, on rings, just in front of this converted working boat opposite Merlin. So you could back up to me and you could be on a ring at the front, mate.
Yeah, it's fine, Gary. There's rings all the way along there, mate. I'll find the other one. There's my favourite landlady. Smile, you're on candid camera. Obviously getting the pub ready for Saturday, but they can't wait. And we're going to moor up now, so I'll see you in a minute. Well, we've moored up in front of this lovely old lady. What a gorgeous looking boat. Came past us in Chester and we admired it then. It looks even better now we see her for close up. And we've got Gary's moored up here, and then I'm moored up just in front of Gary there, and we're not sure what we're going to do now for the next few days, are we, Gary?
I'm having a beer now.
He's having a beer now, that's for certain.
A beer now.
Yeah, I think that's a
plan.
good idea.
The next few hours it's going to be beer.
Beer o'clock.
Beer o'clock.
There you go.
Just under 6 hours cruising today, so we're going to beer.
Yeah, I reckon we have, yeah. Time now for our non-boaters section, and the most common question we get asked is it cold on the boat in winter? Now we always reply, not at all. So this time we thought we'd look at how we keep the inside of the boat warm by looking at the common ways we can heat the boat. One of the most popular ways are multi-fuel stoves. For years the staple source of heating a canal boat has been a multi-fuel stove. The more so Squirrel has been a strong favourite, as it was designed by a Danish company to withstand Scandinavian winters. But there are numerous other makes and models, from simple plain metal boxes to ornate enamelled affairs. Smokeless coal or wood is most commonly burnt on them. Diesel stoves. In recent years, diesel stoves have found favour with a number of canal boaters. They come in a variety of styles, from ones such as the Cupola to a cylindrical stainless steel model such as the Lockgate Reflex model. A rather grand, if somewhat expensive installation is the range. Arga style ranges are quite popular in the galleys, providing heating, hot water and cooking all in one. And some are converted to run boatmen's cabin traditional solid fuel ranges on diesel. And finally we have central heating systems. Until the mid-1990s, the boat central heating market was dominated by Aldi. Later, Webasto were probably the first to appear on the market, but these days the compact Eberspacher and Minkuni units are just as commonly found. Hurricane are reckoned to be a particularly good unit, which is reflected in the price. All these diesel boilers are effective, but may require more regular and fairly expensive servicing. Here is a typical installation of one of these diesel heaters. So this is a very basic view of heating systems on a boat. There are many other types, gas boilers, Caligas heaters, all sorts of things that can be used to heat the boat, but generally we are toasty warm in the winter. Well, that's it folks for this one. I hope you've enjoyed it. It's been a lovely cruise up down from Chester back to where we normally moor on by the Shady Oak there. So if you've enjoyed it, do the usual, please give us a thumbs up, and of course if you want to continue watching our vlogs, do subscribe. It's absolutely free of charge, and once you've subscribed, of course, you can hit the bell button and get notified of all our future vlogs. So I'm going to say stay safe, and we'll see you again on the next edition of Life on Board Amy Joe. Bye.